Hello, I hope all is well with you today. As you know, this is a MOOC called Social Entrepreneurship, a Grassroots Revolution. And I'd like to take a look at the issue, the question, what is the social entrepreneur revolution? And why should you be revolutionary? Here's the outline for what I'd like to talk about today. First, the meaning of social entrepreneurship. Second, my model for this revolution. Third, a project example, which I'll number 1. Then a project example 2. And last, the importance of following laws and regulations. So, the meaning of social entrepreneurship. Let's look at those two words. The first one is a pretty simple, small word. The second is a fairly long word that comes from the French language. Social refers to people and interaction. Entrepreneurship, a part of what that's referring to is innovation and finding new ways. And so I'd like for us to view social entrepreneurship as the following: using innovation to find new ways to assist people in need. What is a social entrepreneur? This is one who starts a new project devoted to helping a category of people in need, or one who improves an existing project devoted to helping a category of people in need. Examples of issues include the homeless, abandoned children, drug and alcohol addicts, migrant worker difficulties, and school dropouts. But the list is very long. A comprehensive list, I've never constructed a comprehensive list, but there would be hundreds of items. And this is because there are so many problems. The world is open to us. The world is open to you. And wherever your heart leads, that is where you might want to go. What is my model for this revolution? The grassroots revolution is in some ways very simple. It involves people who care about others stepping forward to make a difference. I believe that most people at some time in their lives would like to start a project to help some category of people about whom they care. Indeed, many famous wealthy people are starting big projects to help people in need. And although this activity of these famous wealthy people is wonderful, my model is different. We don't need to start large, expensive projects to help others. Small, local, grassroots projects are the key to the model I propose. Wealthy, famous people are doing wonderful work with the projects that they have. And oftentimes they receive worldwide publicity. But what I want to encourage is normal, everyday people. People who are out there just living their lives, like I presume you and I are doing. In place of big projects, it's possible for us to have thousands of small projects and in the process change the world. My model for this revolution invites you to select a category of people about whom you care. Nobody else tells a social entrepreneur who to help. We help those we want to help. This is an important issue to me. We are self-determining as a social entrepreneur. We work with the people we decide to work with. Just as a business entrepreneur is not told what venture to pursue, so nobody else is going to tell social entrepreneurs what to pursue. We are self-determining. My model for this revolution involves us building our project model on paper and then deciding when in our lives is the best time to initiate the project. Life is busy. Life is crazy. Right now may not be the best time for you to start your project to help others. But may I suggest that now is the best time for you to build your project on paper. Because life is busy, life is crazy. I fear that you will never come back to this issue if you walk away now. This is a fascinating point to me. You are free to leave this course anytime, but I'm afraid if you leave that you might not come back. So I encourage you to participate. Thank you for considering this. I believe there are millions of people in our world right now who are living good lives but want to do more to help others in need. The problem is that many people don't know how to truly make a difference. This course is one answer to those people who want to help but don't know how. This course explains how to structure a project to help others. In this course, we will start with your idea of how to help a category of people you have selected. I then share step-by-step tools for you to build your project. It doesn't matter where you are or what you are doing. There is a place for you in this peaceful grassroots revolution. You might be a young person looking for a career. Well, one of the things that I'm going to try to do in this course is to provide an explanation to you as to how you can start a career in social entrepreneurship. You might be a successful business person, and what I'd like to help show you is how you can add to the work that you're doing in your successful business to not only bring positive publicity to your business, but also to help people in need. You might be mid-career and not very satisfied with your work. I'd like for you to consider the possibility of starting a project and earning a salary as a social entrepreneur. You might be near retirement or in retirement. You may have had a good life and you want to give back more to your society. Just about any type of person, any type of normally functioning person in our society can become a social entrepreneur. Surprisingly, some of the biggest ideas in our world to help others who are in need don't come from professional social entrepreneurs. They come from people who have innovative ideas just as they are living life. What amazes me, what excites me the most, is when normal, common people have good ideas and step forward to change a small part of the world. We don't need big projects to change our world. We need many small, grassroots, local, community projects to change our world. And I would like to share two examples of everyday people who had innovative ideas to help others. The first one is Anne Mollum, who is from the United States and who worked and lives in, still does live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And notice the site. This is from CNN Heroes. And I think when the CNN Heroes Project started reporting on her, I believe she was 28 years old. And she was an avid jogger. She was a marathon runner. My understanding is that she would rise early in the morning and be jogging around 5:30 and she would jog several miles. I think she had a route, and these several miles running through the city of Philadelphia. In the process, she ran by apparently some homeless people who were sleeping on the sidewalks. She ran by at least one homeless shelter, and she ran by, of course, many, many other things. I suspect that she ran this route maybe hundreds of times, but one day when she ran this route, she had an innovative idea. It was like a light bulb went off in her mind. And she thought, why don't I try to start a running project for homeless people in this homeless shelter that I run by every day? So she finished her run, and sometime shortly after that, she made contact with the director of the homeless shelter. That person liked the idea. She made contact with some businesses, and she got some she got donations of some running shoes and some running clothing. And with a relatively small amount of work, she started a social entrepreneurship project. She started a running club that's called Back on My Feet. And she had some requirements for this club. Participants would have to be staying at a designated homeless shelter because she wanted people to be supervising the homeless that she was going to be working with and running with. She required that anybody who joins her club has to be clean and sober for at least 30 days. And if they show an interest, her club, or not this social entrepreneurship project, would provide free running shoes and running clothes. So a club started. The club included not only homeless people, but also other people who had homes and who had jobs and were doing well off financially. And so there was a mingling of what we might call societally successful people with these homeless men, in this case, who were having a difficult time in life. Anne also, her name's Anne Mullen, Anne also started a job training program, and she is wanting to have this program spread to other homeless shelters. Well, to me, this is a beautiful, simple idea that illustrates the type of project that we can start. I believe that Anne has started a nonprofit organization based on this, and I'll be interested in following that progress. A second project is from Nepal, the country of Nepal, in the capital, Kathmandu. And this project is started by Pusha Basnet. And please also note the reference to CNN Heroes, a web link. I would encourage you to go to each of these links and read more about these people and the work that they've done. Pusha, when she started, I think she was 21 years old. She was a university student. This is when she had her idea, her social entrepreneurship idea. She was a university student in Kathmandu, Nepal, and one of the course activities at her university involved going to a local prison, a women's prison. And when they were touring the prison, when the students were touring the prison, Pusha was intrigued by the children who were in the prison. Now, here's the story as I understand it. Kathmandu is one of the poorest nations in the world. And when a parent is convicted of a crime and is required to go to prison, the parent has a difficult decision sometimes. If there's not someone to take care of the child or children, then there are two options. One is to have the children live on the streets of Kathmandu in one of the poorest nations in the world, which obviously is not a good situation for the children. The other option, the Nepalese government allows prisoners to bring their children to prison. Now, in the United States, this is an unusual idea, but that's the situation in Nepal. So Pusha observed these children, and went this trip in a university course to the local prison is what stimulated her idea. And she came away from that trip to the prison formulating an idea. Her first idea was that she would start a daycare center, and she would take these children out of the prison during the day and try to provide healthy and very positive activities for these children, and then return the children to the parents in prison at night. Later, she started a home for these children that involves full-time care. Pusha reports that when I started this idea, when she started talking about this idea, she said, nobody believed in me. She said, people thought I was crazy. They laughed at me. That's very interesting, because now she's being honored by CNN cable news network as a hero in the world. What Pusha did was, she was not deterred. Her commitment continued even though people around her were laughing at her. She was able to receive some donations from friends. She was able to rent a building, and this is how her project started. At the present time, or at least at the time that this information is reported on the CNN Heroes website, she is encouraging the parents in prison to do some handicrafts, to do some craft work, to create some products that she can sell to offset the cost of her taking care of these children. And also, she has the children making greeting cards, that these cards are then sold, and the money goes to pay for the service. Pusha says that she wants the children to reunite with their parents after the parents come out of prison. But again, here is what to me is just a fascinating example of an idea, an innovative idea, and it's the type of idea that some people might think, wow, why didn't I think of that? Ann Mullum with the Running Project, simple idea, but I don't think it's been done before, and so it's innovative. Pusha, Basnet, again, sort of a simple idea. The work that she's involved in is extensive. She is essentially devoting her life to this work, whereas Ann's project does not require that Ann devote her life to it. She devotes just a small part of her life. But the point is that to me, these are fascinating projects, and I wanted to share these with you to help develop a sense or develop a feel of the types of projects that I'm talking about in this course. These people are a part of a worldwide revolution, and it is a revolution of goodness. We are all invited to join this revolution. The last issue I'd like to take a look at today is the importance of following laws and regulations. Following laws and regulations in each of our countries is important. The peaceful revolution I promote in this course involves a commitment to work within the systems of existing nations. It is very important that government authorities understand that we are committed to working within the existing system. As social entrepreneurs, we add to the work our government does to help people in need. To me, the fact that we supplement the work of government to help citizens in need is exciting. Some would suggest that we are engaging in civic responsibility. We are strengthening our nation by the good we do. Indeed, there are several levels of good in social entrepreneurship work. One is that we help people in need. A second is that we strengthen our society and our world. And a third is that we bring greater meaning to our lives. It is an honor that I join you on an adventure that might change your life. Thank you for being a part of this course. I hope you have a good day.